It used to be, I need to be able to get my satellite. Now it's, what's your Wi-Fi like?
Welcome to Shaping the Basin. I'm here today with Tammy from the Klamath Falls KOA. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, one of the reasons I asked you on was I'm just fascinated by the history of KOA here. How long has KOA been in Klamath Falls?
It was built in 1966.
Long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then how long has your family been a part of it?
My family has owned it since 1986.
Okay.
So we will be 40 years next year.
That's a really long time to be in business.
Very long.
And KOA are you a franchise owner?
We are a franchise. There's about 500 of us throughout the United States and Canada.
What is it like being a franchise owner?
It's nice. They do a lot for us. They do all our marketing. They run our point of sale system, our reservation system. All that's ran through them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty easy, really. It's a great franchise to work for.
That's great. The KOA is over, what's that street that it's on for people that may not know? Okay. And it's always been there.
It has.
Tell me what it looks like for people that haven't been there. What's the property look like?
We have just shy of 5 acres. We have two cabins that are primitive cabins, no restrooms in them. And then we have a deluxe cabin, which has a restroom, shower, refrigerator, microwave, no cooking or anything. And then we have 7 tent sites that all fully have electricity because everybody travels with computers and phones. And back 40 years ago, they didn't need that. Now they do. We have a total of 55 sites, and we have 8 people that live there on a 30-day basis.
Okay. What kind of people stay at the KOA?
A lot of retired folks, families. We get a lot of families in the summer, but mostly people just traveling from Portland to us and then maybe from us to Reno. We're kind of the halfway point to all that. We are a journey, which is basically an overnight park.
Okay.
1 to 2 nights is the average stay for us.
Okay. So are most of the people coming and going on to another spot? Okay. Yes. What kinds of things do they do here in Klamath while they're here?
They like to go to Crater Lake, of course. We send them to the lava beds, to the museums in town. A lot of them are just fueling up, going to the grocery store, getting ready to go to their next destination. In the next few weeks, we'll have Burning Man. We get a ton of Burning Man. They come in, they fill up, they get their water, they get themselves situated, go on to running Burning Man, and then they come back and, oh boy, that's a lot. They take everything out of their RVs, and because that dust is just
everywhere.
Yeah,
you can tell when they're coming back. You can tell.
Yep.
What's the perception of Klamath for the people that stay there? Do they give you feedback on our community?
It's small. Mm-hmm. You can tell it's a family town. They like it. So,
is there a particular area that a lot of your people are from? Like
Washington, California, Idaho.
Okay.
Nevada.
Do you get a lot of people outside the United States?
We used to. COVID kind of wrecked that for a bit, but we're starting to slowly see the international traveling coming back.
Okay. When I think about a business that's been around as long as yours, I'm always curious what changes you've seen in the industry.
RVs are a lot bigger than they used to be. Longer, wider, lots of slide outs, different campers. During COVID, we didn't see them as much. We saw the camper, the maybe Gen X that wanted to get out and camp, but didn't want to go big yet. So we just have a variety.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's been the primary change is the
size of the size of the RVs. Our park being as old as it has, we have had to lose sites in order to accommodate the larger RVs.
Oh, I can imagine.
So, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays they want the patio and the barbecue and the fire pit and all that. So we've had to make those changes too, which are all good for the park.
Mm-hmm. And so you've added those kind of amenities.
Yep. Deluxe patios, patio sites, just whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever the trend is, we try to stay up with that.
You're open year round?
Year round.
Do you have guests year round?
We do. We don't have a lot. We have, if we're lucky, we have 4 or 5 a night. Okay. But for the most part, we are open year round.
What kinds of things are people doing if they're staying there in the winter?
They could be like in November and stuff, we'll get bird hunters, duck hunters. They're traveling through, could be snowmobiling, something in whatever's going on in the area for that time. But we don't see a whole lot of people.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of repeat customers?
Tons of repeat customers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it take to build a business that has lots of repeat customers? What do you do?
Well, we focus 100% on customer service. That is our number one thing. Anybody that we hire, we tell them you have to be pleasant. You have to give the best service you can. And that's important to us.
Mm-hmm. What are some of, I think when we think about customer service, we always talk about nice. But I always wonder if that's actually the most important trait.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's listening to what they're asking, listening to I don't know if it's complaining, but their problem they might be having at the time. And if we acknowledge that, we'll do the best that we can to fix that. I think that's important. People don't like to be blown off or ignored.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think you hit on something they have an issue or a concern or a problem. And in customer service, I think we're there to help solve it within the realm of the kinds of things that we can.
So we just do the best we can.
Yeah. How many employees do you have?
Right now we have 9. Okay. We've had as many as 14 in the past. It's been a little tougher to get employees this year than in the past.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of young adults that work for us. Mm-hmm. Myself and the other owner, we bring up the age gap in the...
Is it, you said it's difficult. Has it been hard to get people to apply or it's been hard to find the right
both,
people?
I think.
Okay.
I think it's both. We've interviewed quite a few people and you can tell whether they're going to have that willing to learn the camping business and the customer service that we want. If they're late for their interview, they're not going to be on time for their employment. So just that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Tell me some things that I might not think of when it comes to the camping business.
We sell a lot of propane. Huge propane business. We are one of there's only 2 other KOAs that actually have a gas station attached to their campground. Of course, we're one of those. As far as, I don't know, people are there to just have fun and be swim in the swimming pool, be left alone if they want to be left alone, and just enjoying.
Yeah. Do you ever have people locally that come and stay?
Yes.
Quite a few?
Quite a few. We get fair time. We get people.
Oh, yeah. That would make sense.
So, yeah, we get a lot during the fair. And we get people that either they just got a new RV and they want to try it out, so they want to be close to home. So they come and stay with us, or they just want to use the swimming pool for the day. So they bring their RV or their tent and they stay for a few days. Yeah. Just so they can swim.
Sure. One of the things with this podcast is highlighting things. And you're obviously you have a tourism focused business, camping place, but you're also on the board at Discover Klamath.
I am.
So you are very in tune with tourism. Mm-hmm. What do you think the biggest opportunities are in our community right now related to that?
Well, we have a new ED, as you very well know, and she's very energetic and very willing. I think we need to bring more opportunities to Klamath Falls so that people can, ride their bikes, go kayaking, do an Ironman. Who knows, I think there's a lot of opportunity for tourism in Klamath Falls, and I think we're all finally getting there.
Yeah. When you say bring more opportunities, are you talking about events or
Events, everything. I'm
infrastructure?
all for events
Yeah.
because events bring people to my campground because they're staying for that event. So the more events, the happier we are.
Yeah. Is there an event that you would love to see here?
I don't know. I had never really thought about that.
Thought
No,
about it?
no.
Maybe some more winter events?
Winter would be good. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think some of the challenges are to growing our tourism and recreation here?
Nobody knowing about Klamath and the little gem that it is.
Okay.
I really think people don't realize what Klamath offers. And, we have biking and bird watching and hiking, and we have all that, but
Mhm.
people don't know that.
When you're serving on a board like Discover Klamath, and then you're also running a business that relies a lot on what they do, what is that dynamic like? What is it like to serve on that board when you also have that very personal connection to the work
Well,
that
I've
they're
been
doing?
on the board for 2 years now, and by being on the board, I've been more aware of things that are coming up and going to happen in Klamath, where in the past I didn't know about them, or, the things coming on. Like last year, or 2 years ago when we had the eclipse in October, all of a sudden we were completely full, which is very unusual in October for us to be full. So by being on the board, I've seen these opportunities to market my campground and get it out there that has say, hey, you can stay here too and also enjoy the event. And
Mhm.
so
Do you do the marketing for
I do
the
not.
campground?
I do not.
Do you have an employee that does it?
Lisa does it as
Okay.
best she can.
Okay.
It's hard for two to run a business and to be able to, you have all these great ideas, but sometimes they're just ideas
Mhm.
and we don't get them out there. KOA does do a lot of marketing for us. 2% of our royalties go to just marketing
Okay.
throughout the system.
When a place has been around since 66, do you feel like it's marketing is still as important?
I do. I
Mhm.
do. I think that we have to market ourselves we have other competition in town now, where in the past we've been the only campground in town. So we have to take that into, the mind and try to make sure that we're their first choice.
Mhm.
So, because I think there's enough for all of us, but I think we always want to be the first choice.
Yeah. You're obviously marketing the KOA, but is part of that also marketing the community? Do you
Yeah,
feel like you have a role in that?
I do. I do. I'm very proud of the community that I live in and the business that the community has brought to us, because we do have campers, but we have a lot of locals that come to us too. And I'm grateful for the locals that buy propane, gas, come to the store and, choose us.
Yeah. We talked about some of the changes and one of them being the size of the RVs, but what are some of the other things that you've done at the KOA to change things over the years?
Um, Put in the patio sites like we talked about. We upgraded our pool a few years ago, upgraded our bathrooms, put in our deluxe cabin, which I didn't really want to do that, but Lisa did because I felt like that was the hotel business and we were in the camping business, but it's been a huge success for us. I'd like to put another one of those in, some kind of unique accommodation that, only we have,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be a yurt or something that we have our own. We've put in privacy fences in our tents. We put electricity in our tent sites. Our tent sites are 1,000 square feet, so they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to put some space between them so you don't feel like you're camping with the guy next door, So we just try to see what the trends are, and we try to stay up with the trends.
Yeah. Speaking of trends, I'm assuming that you're looking further out than just right now. So what do you think some of the trends over the next 10 or 15 years are going to be?
I think the more patios. The more unique the site is, the happier the camper is going to be than just a site to pull into and plug their electricity in. You know, they're going to want the swimming pool. They're going to want the entertainment for the kids. As sadly as it is to say, probably one of the number one things in camping is how good is your Wi-Fi? Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
You know, it used to be, I need to be able to get my satellite. Now it's, what's your Wi-Fi like? So camping has changed over the years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it used to be, I'd like a tree with some shade and some grass. And now it's, I don't want any trees because I got to get my satellite and I want to be able to get the internet. So how close do I need to be to the buildings? That kind of stuff. So camping has really changed.
Mm-hmm. Are there other changes beyond, like, that one is crazy to me, but it makes sense with our reliance or our, reliance on technology. What are some of the other things in the camping world maybe that have changed?
I would say we are maybe losing the senior citizen camper type. We're starting to see less of them and more younger campers, younger families.
It's easy to get lost. Don't know which path to take, what to post. In the social media jungle, video is king. Your kids are obsessed, your customers are addicted, we're all hooked, and social media sites prioritize videos. So when you're ready to stand out from the crowd, reach out to 40 Deuce Films. Feeling over everything.
You mentioned COVID. Were you really busy during COVID?
COVID was actually very good to us because you could still travel, but you could still be in your own space.
Mm-hmm.
And people like that.
Has it remained good since then, or have you started to see it fall off a little bit?
Starting to fall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's a KO, like your campground specific, or is it starting to fall off?
I think it's industry-wide.
Yeah.
KOAs, I think, are seeing in 2009, I think it's 2019, KOA had the best year it's ever had. And then, of course, COVID hit. So it was hard to compare that year to the rest, considering COVID. And now I think we're starting to see more normal what the numbers are.
Okay. Are you from Klamath?
I am not.
Where are you from?
I grew up in Southern California.
Okay.
Went to school in Apple Valley. Lived here since 1988. So,
And because your parents,
my parents,
bought the KOA,
mm-hmm,
correct?
My parents bought the campground in 1986. And then in November of 1987, my brother was killed in an automobile accident. And June came around of 88, and my parents were like, we really need some help. And I was like, okay. So I came up with the intentions that I would only be here for the summer, and I never left. And now we own it. So
yeah. What was it like coming from Southern California to Klamath Falls?
Huge change, lifestyle difference. But now I go back to California because I still have family down there. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go home. Slower pace, not wall-to-wall people.
Mm-hmm. So I wasn't here in the 80s, obviously, but what was Klamath like in the 80s?
You know, I don't want to say it's similar to what it is now, but it is to me.
Kind of?
Yeah. I mean, I see changes, you know, with the new Winco down the street from us. That's fascinating to watch going up. But I think Klamath has a lot of room to grow, and I think we're starting to see it now.
Yeah. Do you feel like the spirit of Klamath has remained the same, even though maybe some of the
No, I think it's better now.
Okay.
I do.
That's what I wanted to know. What do you think's better now?
I just think with being in business that I've been and being here as long as I have, I see people excited to be here and excited to be in business.
Okay.
So
do you feel like there's good sense of collaboration among businesses in
Yes.
Klamath?
Yes. I think,
Succeed.
if we all work together, we can all make Klamath better.
Yeah. I think so. It's been about 18 years ago I started at the chamber.
Just yesterday.
Just yesterday. And there was a committee that was about how do we get more people to do business locally, and how do we get people to stay here when they move here. And a lot of that conversation was about becoming somewhere else. And there was a gentleman on that. I think I've mentioned this in another podcast. And he said, we got to find people that want to live in a place like Klamath instead of trying to change Klamath to be a place that that. And I always find that interesting. But I've said since then, it does feel like there's been a snowball. Like there was this small group of people that loved Klamath, and now it's snowballed into like a lot of people.
I agree.
You're involved in some other things that are kind of related to that, correct? Like you do Discover Klamath. Are you part of, I think you've been involved with the SBDC and maybe Klamath Idea. Have you been involved with them much?
A little bit, not too much, but definitely with the small business, the SBDC. We went through all their programs and everything on how to be better and to make our business be better, which was amazing for us. And it made a huge change for us.
And you've done that fairly recently.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So talk to me about that, because I think that there's probably people out there that feel like I've been in business forever. What could somebody possibly teach me?
Exactly. You'd be surprised because Kat Rutledge is actually the one that turned us on to it and was our advisor. And to be honest, she really changed how we look at our business and how we strive for it to be better every day. So
what were some, can you talk to me a little bit about that?
We learned about like cash flow and just marketing our, and marketing our campground better and just being part of the community. And I think the cash flow part and, just because you got money in the bank doesn't mean you got money. So yes. I think it helped us to do that and helped us to, we've always done a budget and all that, but I think all those classes helped us to be better with our business financially.
Was there some specific things that you changed at the campground that came out of that?
I think we just created some, what's the right word? Just some different cash flow. We figure out how much we're going to have and how we're going to get through the winter and it's just created to where we're not surprised if we have a bad month because it's helped us to do that. Or if our month is down or, our year is down, it's created to where, we put in these, I don't know what you want to call them, but like, what is the right word? These things to fall back on that still says we're okay.
Yeah, some preparation
Correct.
For those lean times.
Exactly, which we all have them.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Some people are surprised. We do that sip and shop tour, and people this year were surprised that we had a stop at the KOA. So talk to me about the little story you have.
The sip and shop was great for us, and I was so happy, so excited when you invited us to be part of it because it's amazing how many people in this town just think of us as a campground or a gas station or, oh, my husband gets propane there or I get my propane there. And then they walk in our store and we have Fred Meyer's down the street from us, Sherm's down the street. We used to carry a lot of groceries and try to have everything. And then we decided, let's just have a few groceries and turn it into a small boutique type things, unique gifts, the things you can't get at Fred Meyer's so we carry the mugs, the stickers, the sweatshirts, the just odds and ends, funny things you don't think about. And it's been really good for us.
What are some of the biggest sellers?
Our t-shirts and sweatshirts, stickers. We do tie. We do lazy ones, the pajamas. And I just think anything we buy seems to do well.
That's great. And are people looking for things that say Klamath Falls?
Correct.
And Klamath County?
Yep. We get Klamath Falls pretty much put on anything that we have dropped or sweatshirts, t-shirts. Somewhere we put Klamath Falls on it.
I sometimes are you on social media?
Yes.
So sometimes I see like somebody else say, "Oh, I'm coming to the area," or "I'm moving to the area," and every once in a while it's just like this deluge of negative comments about our community. And I think about the people that come in here that are visiting, and hardly anybody ever has anything bad to say about our
Right.
community. They're coming with fresh eyes and they don't have all that. Is that your same experience?
Totally.
Yeah. What do people say
I think
to you
they're
about it?
surprised when they come in that it's such a quiet little town, but it has a lot of uniqueness to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one thing that Klamath offers, and I think it has a lot more to offer. We just have to get ourselves out there.
Yeah. What's in the future for the KOA?
Hopefully to be full year round. I don't know. I'm at that point where I'm thinking about retiring,
Okay.
but who knows how long that takes. You got to have a plan in place. So I'm working on that. I go to work every day, and I'm grateful every day, and I'm appreciative of my employees and my business partner and my manager. And I'm just,
Can we talk? You mentioned you're looking at retirement, and that's something I haven't talked to other guests about. But there is a thing about succession planning and what comes next, because most of us probably don't want to work until our dying day,
No,
wherever we are.
I wanted to get to 40 years for the family.
Mhm.
It's a big deal with KOA. You get an award and all that. So I
that's
wanted to
next
do
year, right?
It is, and it's
Okay.
in Kansas City.
Okay.
So we'll be back in Kansas City getting that. I think I'm ready to move on to the next phase of my life.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, that's going to be buying an RV and traveling around.
I was going to ask you, do you camp?
Yes.
Okay. Will you stay at KOAs
Of
when you
course.
do that? Of course. So have you put a lot of time in, or are you starting to put a lot of time into succession planning?
Just now starting to really, really think about it.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the things you have to think about in that?
I guess, when I walk away, I want to walk away and be done. I don't want it back. I want to find the right person. And I think I might have that person in mind. It's our manager. She's really interested. She seems to be very interested in it. But I also want to set her up to succeed and be successful.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to put everything and have everything just right.
Yeah. So probably a lot of training and development into her, even more than usual.
She's very good at her job.
Yeah.
She keeps both Lisa and I on track.
I love that.
So.
What's the difference between like her as a manager and you as the owner? What are some of the differences between managing and owning?
Well, we obviously have all the headaches and the money issues and the budgets and all of that. And that's what we need to get in line for her. Mm-hmm. That it's not just the everyday, you have a clogged toilet, or you have a leak in the water, a water leak, or the pool's dirty, It's not just that. There's a lot of financial and stressful part on the other end that needs to be addressed with her. So she's aware of everything.
Yes.
So
that's exciting. That is something, the succession planning piece. Talking about I think about ag businesses here that have been passed down family to family, and whether or not they're going to take it up. And I just don't know that a lot of people are thinking enough about what comes next. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that you are. So tell me some places you want to camp. What's on your bucket list when you do finally?
Well, when you're a kid and you're in the back of the car and your mom and dad take you to all these national parks and you're like, oh my God, are we going to get out of the car anytime soon? That's on my bucket list, to go to all the national parks in the United States.
How many have you been to so far?
Oh, I don't know. Probably 15 or so.
Okay.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
So
what would be the first one you'd want to go to?
I don't know. To be honest, we're going to Alaska in September, and we're going to go up to Denali National Park. So that's been on our bucket list. So
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Would you drive an RV up there?
No, we're flying.
You're
up
going to
to
fly on that
Tallahassee,
one.
yeah.
I mean, you could get there.
Yeah.
It'd just be a really long drive.
Yeah,
Are KOAs in every state?
they are.
Okay.
They are.
How many are in Oregon?
14.
Okay. That's great. Do you have a favorite one besides yours that you've stayed at?
West Glacier.
Okay. Is in Montana?
It is.
I haven't been.
Right outside of Glacier National Park.
Okay. I have never been to Montana. So,
Really?
Really.
Wow.
It's on my bucket list. So
Montana's beautiful.
that's
KOA
awesome.
is home offices in Montana.
Oh, okay.
Billings,
I didn't
which is where
realize.
the first KOA is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
See, that's fun. I'm going to ask you 3 fun questions at the end, but if I gave you $250,000 to do something fun by the end of or something meaningful in the community by the end of the day, what would you do with it?
Wow. That's a hard one. I would definitely put it into marketing and say, you know what? Klamath is a great little gem. Come
Mhm.
see it.
That's great. Do you have a role model?
Probably my parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that they taught us good values when we were kids and taught us to be good people and taught us to work hard and never give up.
Yeah. If one of your customers came in and wanted you to plan their perfect day in Klamath, what would you do?
Wow. First, I'd send them to Crater Lake, of course, because it's amazing how many people come to me and they're like, should I take that 60, that over an hour drive? And I'm like, yes. Yes, I would send them there. I would probably send them to Lake of the Woods because I think it's beautiful up there. I don't think you could see all of Klamath in one day.
No, I don't either.
And I think you could see Crater Lake and you could enjoy Crater Lake, and then you'd need a few more days just to see what Klamath has to offer.
I think
So I would hopefully turn that one day stay into 3 or 4.
that sounds like a great answer for somebody on the board to Discover Klamath too. Actually, and those are the questions that I wrap up, but you mentioned people ask you whether or not they should take the 60-mile drive up to Crater Lake. And one of the things I hear we talk about a lot in the community is that maybe our community doesn't have the reputation for being the best at customer service. Do you think that's true?
No, I don't.
Where do you think that stems from?
Customer service?
Well, the idea that we aren't good at customer service.
That's a hard question. Maybe they haven't had good experiences, been with the right people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know there's a lot of good people in Klamath Falls.
Me too.
Really good people. And they all want the same thing. They want us all to be successful.
Yeah. That's what I see too. But it always makes me think, because my experiences have generally been good. But I remember asking someone, I had not been at the chamber very long. I asked somebody at a gas station if I should go to Crater Lake, and they told me, why? It's just a lake. And I thought that was pretty fascinating. And I've wondered if we have a customer service problem or if we have a problem where people don't realize what we have here, and maybe they've never been there.
I think it's that one.
Yeah.
I think that we have to educate our community to know what we have, and what we have is great.
Yeah. I mean, I've met a lot of people in our community that have never been to Crater Lake.
I know. And have lived here their whole life.
Right.
That's crazy.
That seems a little crazy to me too.
I mean,
Maybe
it's
we
a
need
national
bus
park
tours
too, yes.
for locals to
Yes.
Crater Lake.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's the only national park in Oregon. So
Mhm.
that's fascinating as well.
Yep.
So, well, thank you for your
Thank
time
you.
today. I appreciate it. And thanks for what you do in our community.
Thank you.